Tonight on Hawaii, the State of Clean Energy, we won't be talking to politicians, corporate leaders, or experts in the field of renewable energy. Tonight's show is about the people who will make the biggest difference in solving Hawaii's energy problems. People like you, and people who are empowering us to make changes today that will impact Hawaii's energy future.
The grassroots movement side is really about two things. One is reminding ourselves that it's our kuleana. And the second thing really is that it's not just an environmental issue. It should be natural to islanders. It should be one of our core values rooted in our shared experience that we gotta take care of each other and of our resources.
We do worry about people becoming complacent, thinking, well, the government's got this plan. What's missing is that every individual out there has to play a role in this. Saving energy by conservation and efficiency is much cheaper than building new power plants, whether they're renewable or fossil.
We know that to reach our goals for the Hawaii Clean Energy Initiative, renewable energy sources such as solar, geothermal, water, and wind will take the place of a significant amount of energy generated by fossil fuels today. But we're hardly home free with that outcome.
The big unknown is how much is oil going to cost? Because with the goals that we've got right now, when we reach 2030, if we reach our goals and the utility reaches its goals, the amount of fossil fuel that we will be using will be 60% of the total used by the utility to produce power. So 40% will be renewable. This is if we reach our goals. And the rest, 60%, will still be fossil fuel. And if fossil fuel goes through the roof, that's what we're stuck with.
Our efforts to conserve energy are a critical part of any real solution. Tonight, you'll meet people who are taking steps to make permanent change in their lives, both at home and work. We'll show you the resources available to help you develop your own plan. When we come back, an up-close look at the new Hawaiian home. It's the model for achievable, energy-efficient, sustainable living. You'll want to move in. Please stay with us. It seems this next story should begin something like this. Once upon a time in Hawaii, on 22nd Avenue in Kaimuki, a team of building industry professionals broke ground on a conventional 50 by 100-foot lot and began building the new Hawaiian home. They stated their goal was to design and build a new home that provides the opportunity to actively support an environmentally responsible, modern lifestyle that advocates for the values found in the Hawaiian ahupua'a.
And the program was, we wanted to be a highly sustainable project. We wanted to be net zero. It wanted to be a 4-bedroom home and approximately 1,800 square feet. So that was the program.
We put out a call for volunteers for whoever had green products and whoever wanted to learn how to do this to volunteer. And we were astounded.
Suppliers they donated the best of their products.
Everyone who came together on this home had product and had knowledge and learned a lot about how to build a home like this.
The new Hawaiian home would feature green design and green construction. For Hawaii's 11,000 contractors, this would become their lab, the prototype for the future backed by the credibility of LEED and National Green Building Dual certifications. Every detail along the way would be documented and accessible.
No, because there was people looking for the opportunity. And yes, it started like a year and a half ago. By the time we started this year, we had lost some of our major contributors. Immediately somebody stepped in, and we had the best of the best.
In addition to more than 140 companies that donated time, services, and product, a core group of people managed the project. Doug Pearson was project manager. Mike Brandt, project chair. Daniel Sandemeyer was the lead for a team of 5 architects. Rhonda Goike made sure all the planned sustainability features were incorporated.
There was a comment made this morning to Doug and us. I don't recall it was breezy in Kaimuki when I lived here.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of naysayers say you're not going to be able to get by with natural ventilation.
Natural ventilation was a big goal for us. We wanted to get off of air conditioning, wean ourselves from it. We restricted it to the bedrooms. Hopefully the house normally through the year won't need any air conditioning because we did design it with the trades in mind. It's open on many sides, very porous home. We have a whole house fan. It's a new product to the island, designed for the islands. And it'll just exhaust the house and pressurize the attic space. And that helps, one of the things that helps keep the house cool.
Materials were another reason. What was used for the roof to the insulation in the walls. The design team maximized every opportunity.
What are the big ideas that are going to shape this house?
The natural daylighting, I think, is so key to the design team as well.
Sure, yeah. We kept windows open on a couple of sides, cuts down on glare, and it brings light into the house. But together with that, we wanted to protect the openings so it's not too bright and too much heat gain on the windows. So we have large covered awnings, this trellis out here, and these are all products. A lot of them were design things, but a lot of them were products that the membership came forward with and let us sort through their inventory and come up with something.
I like how you put the dining room is on the lanai, which bringing the outdoors in or
Yeah.
Lori and Daniel Ambrosowitz are the proud and grateful homeowners who will live here with their 2 small children. They were planning to build a new home on this property when they heard about the BIA project. They submitted a bid and went through the interview process.
They asked us our background, how we would be, why are we so interested in the house, what is the best green feature, I remember, and how do you live today, are you green, in your lives, and those types of questions, and would you be willing to, work with us and promote and educate the public and be willing to share, and we're like, we'll do anything. Yeah.
You can build it, but if they don't live it, that's really a key component is living green.
That was one of the things we were really looking for with the applicants, that they were committed to a green lifestyle after the home is built.
Lori and Daniel's children will grow up in this environment with water catchment, aquaponics, edible landscaping, an outdoor dining room, composting, and above all else, an uncompromised awareness of what living green really means. On top of all that, Daniel looks forward to receiving an electric bill projected to be about $18 a month.
Well, our old bill was usually around between $200 and maybe about $230 or so, and I mean, just that savings alone it's humongous. Yeah, I can live $18.
Yeah, it can go into, your college funds and retirement, that's compounded times, for a long time is a huge savings. So
yeah.
That's great. I mean, everything is a bonus here. This has been an amazing experience. We're extremely happy beyond words. Everyone who's visited the open houses have been totally taken away and just are excited about everything that they can do to their house, how they can apply these features, improve their homes. This team has been so accommodating. We are just so grateful.
The team is still assessing all the donations, but it believes the total value of everything donated by all the companies involved comes to about $600,000. With the land, realtors have said the market value for this home is about $1.2 million. The project team believes this green trend is picking up momentum in the marketplace. Demand is building. Karen Nakamura told us she's already taking calls and is able to give people very specific information about the features of this home and where they can go for the product or services. The Ambrosowitz family has moved in and will work with BIA during the next year. This very special case study continues. You can follow it at biahawaii.org. Congratulations to everyone involved, and we wish Lori and Daniel and their 2 children the very best in their new home. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Hawaiian Electric reached an important milestone in July with the installation of the photovoltaic system at Easter Seals. 20 megawatts of energy are now produced by solar PV systems on Oahu. Businesses throughout the islands are taking steps to be more energy efficient and tap into available renewable energy resources. Michael Chang from Hawai'i Energy says the economy is holding some businesses back.
The frustrating part is that for over 20 years, this is probably the most cost-effective time to do it. You know, the newer chiller, the better lights, the increased pumping efficiency, none of that is actually a problem. If you want to save energy, if you've got the ability to pay for it, which you typically do because of the electric bill that you're paying, all that money can be turned into, a capital investment or an operational investment.
Even with tax credits, for many people, it's still a tough time to invest in some of the bigger ticket technology. System designers and architects say plan ahead. Put together a 10 or 15-year plan of what you want to do gradually and make sure you stick to the sequence. For instance, if you need a new roof, take care of that before you install solar. There's another theory, reduce before you produce. Ryan Wada, president of Quality General Contracting, requested proposals from several companies. He credits Energy Industries for recommending his company reduce consumption before projecting how much photovoltaic they would need. First thing, a lighting retrofit.
They walked around and they looked at our lighting fixtures, and a lot of them were 4-bulb fluorescent lights. And they gave an example there. Well, you can use a 2-bulb type that each bulb uses half the energy, but I'm actually reducing it by 75% because I'm going from 4 bulbs to 2 bulbs. Downstairs, we had these very large bulbs. We know from experience that they don't last very long, they burn out quickly. We had no idea they burn so much electricity.
The air conditioner schedule and setting was also adjusted.
So I told her, well, we don't need it on at 70 degrees at 6:30 in the morning. Why don't you wait till 7:30 or 8 o'clock, depending on the season, and we'll reset that to 74.
The electricity used for lighting dropped 60%. The AC thermostat was reset, and they cut usage by 1.5 hours a day. At about $900 per PV panel, Quality General saved nearly $50,000 by reducing consumption before installing PV.
Get some bids from different contractors, look them up. Let's see, check on their past jobs, make sure that the customer was satisfied.
In addition to what Quality General saved on the PV itself by cutting its consumption first, these monthly year-to-year numbers are impressive. With the completion of the Integrated Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy Project, Quality General is on track to save 85,500 kilowatt hours and $19,000 each year. When the tax credits and utility rebates are factored in, the project's internal rate of return is 39%, and cost recovery is expected in a little over 3 years. Several years ago, the PUC set up a program called Hawai'i Energy to handle public education and incentives for energy efficiency and conservation. Hawai'i Energy is a ratepayer-funded program, a valuable resource for information that helps us all manage our energy use. Derek Sonoda is the outreach manager. He's up on all the latest tools available to help us save energy and money.
You will see advanced power strip. That's the term for this device. It's one of the tools that we use to help people, residential customers, even businesses, save energy. So here we have this green plug. This green plug is the master or the control. Right on top of it, it says control. You would want to plug the device like a television set or a computer in here. And then we have what I call the slaves. Whatever the master is doing, whether the master is on or off, the slaves will follow. So if this was a TV, you use your TV remote control. You turn that TV on all the slaves get energized again. They have power to them.
Derek also said there's a difference between the new and old HD TV sets. The newer models will usually save you more energy. Ask about LED backlit or LED edge-lit model. They will ramp up or down depending on whether or not they're in use. Kanu Hawai'i's mission is to build a grassroots movement for a more sustainable, compassionate, resilient Hawaii, all based on the values that come naturally to island people living with limited resources. Kanu encourages a sense of kuleana, taking responsibility for solving problems that affect us all. This past July was Kanu Hawai'i's first energy challenge.
Energy is such an abstract, invisible thing to most of us, a more difficult thing to get our brains and our arms around than some of the other topics we deal with. So we thought we'd ease people into it and really try to make weekly focuses that would educate as well as engage people.
Week 1 involved a baseline energy audit of your home using an energy monitor.
I was really shocked to find, through the use of my whole house energy monitor, that my microwave is actually, it's kind of like a nuclear microwave. It's an older model. This showed me that it might not be the most efficient thing in my kitchen.
So I went around seeing whether it really did do its job. And so we opened the refrigerator, and by golly, the power went up, the wattage went up. We did everything and tested everything.
The monitor helped with the second week's challenge as well, the impact of certain appliances on your overall energy use.
We're lucky that our refrigerator is already Energy Star labeled at a pretty good rating. But the one thing that we can't really help with is our oven. Our oven takes about 25 minutes to preheat to 400 degrees. So at all costs, we try to avoid using that oven.
With this knowledge, it helps people kind of reorganize their behaviors at home. You know, people maybe will take showers in close proximity of each other so that the heater's only going on one time. You know, you're more careful about opening up the fridge because you know that only when it warms up that it's going to kick on.
Some energy monitors are battery operated, but the Energy Detective is actually installed in your circuit breaker box.
We're recommending having an electrician install this for you because you do have to go into your circuit breaker and fiddle with wires. But if you're comfortable with that or you're pretty good with instructions, it should be okay to install on your own.
Kanu Hawai'i's challenge for week number 3 was transportation.
Using the bus is something I think we all at our company and me personally need to work on.
And the challenge for week 4 was spreading the word, engaging with others.
First of all, what I did was I took a look at some of the energy bills that passed and some of the good ones that didn't pass. And energy policy is a very complex subject. What I plan to do with the research that I have turned up is to contact my legislator. Happily, she's a really good legislator. She's very progressive and supportive of energy policy and renewable energy. And I plan to thank her for her past support of good energy bills. And I'm also going to bring up some of the issues and the bills that I think that are important.
If you missed the Energy Challenge in July, you can still go to our website and join the challenge by taking one of 6 commitments that are year-round commitments to reduce energy consumption.
Please stay with us. We'll be right back with an energy rally from the state capitol.
We can advance the clean energy goals and put the kind of determination and urgency to the question not just of on-bill financing, but of green energy and clean energy in the state. And so what I'd like to do with your permission here today is take this step in front of you right now and sign 1520 relating to renewable energy and make it law.
Governor Abercrombie surprised the attendees at this year's Clean Energy Day by signing House Bill 1520, a measure that could be the first step toward eliminating the expensive upfront cost of energy-saving appliances and solar installations. Now the PUC will look into a way residents could pay for these investments with what they save on their utility bills. The State Energy Office had good news to report from its Lead by Example initiative.
The state has committed to initiate and carry out a Lead by Example program.
And through the Lead by Example, we have actually reduced utility costs to the tune of $20 million in 2010.
Through the same initiative, the Department of Accounting and General Services completed the installation of more than 1,000 PV panels on the Kalani Moku building. This is part of a 10-building energy-saving initiative to be completed by September. And what outcome is DAGS expecting?
6.6 million kilowatt hours a year in electricity costs that we no longer have to buy from the utility, that we now actually create conservation through conservation efficiency.
State employees from 16 departments converged on the state capitol at noon on June 29th to launch the state's I Conserve Energy Saving campaign. Part of the initiative is a friendly competition between the employees of different state buildings. Who can be the most energy efficient? We'll follow up on this and get the results for you. All the information in tonight's show is available through links at the Hawaii Energy Policy Forum website. You can go there for the new Hawaiian home, Kanu Hawaii's Energy Challenge, all the resources available through Hawaii Energy, and the case study for our story on quality general contracting. For our next two shows, we'll take you to the neighbor islands to cover renewable energy resources made in Hawaii. In October, we'll bring you the story behind food and fuel, the benefits, challenges, and opportunities that agriculture and energy can provide. Until then, on behalf of our partner, the Hawaii Energy Policy Forum, and all of us at Hawaii News Now, thank you for joining us. Aloha.
Not everybody may be aware, but the state capitol itself is part of the 2011 Energy Star National Building Competition. I think we may be the only state capitol that has made it this far into the competition.
What we do today is not going to benefit us as much as it will our kids and our grandkids, I tell you that. And it makes me very proud to be here with all of you today. It's good to see all of you here. Could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here. I appreciate that. You know, this battle of the buildings is going to do more than just change the way this building operates. It's going to change the way each and every one of us operates. It's going to change our way of thinking, the simple way that we do things every day.
That's sending a message all throughout the state that we're serious about I Conserve, because we can't conserve unless I is involved.